So, let's talk about the idea of a Breaking Bad movie. So the other day, basically rumors started going about of a Breaking Bad movie. Something that I would never consider to have happened because of how perfect Breaking Bad was as a whole. Now, when this originally came out, it was under the title of Greenbrier. And the whole idea was that originally people were thinking, oh, it has to be a Breaking Bad movie because Greenbrier kind of sounds Breaking Bad-ish. It kind of sounds like Heisenberg, right? Well, you also had the fact that Vince Gilligan, the creator of the show, is the one making Greenbrier. And that was the whole thing that everyone was basically living on, is this is why it's a Breaking Bad movie. And I neglected this. I thought, oh, maybe he's just working on a new project. Maybe this is a whole new IP. This is something entirely different that he's trying to do to get away from the Breaking Bad IP. Well, no. No, it's not, because the plot for the movie got leaked. And the plot is this. It is said that the Breaking Bad movie, aka Greenbrier, will track the escape of a kidnapped man on his quest for freedom. Now, this to a lot of people is going to be very familiar, because if you are a fan of Breaking Bad, and this is going to be a big old spoiler alert, turn off the video now. If you've never watched Breaking Bad and you don't want to hear about the final episode of Breaking Bad, even though it's a hell old episode, turn off the video now, because I'm now going to talk about the finale of Breaking Bad. So in the finale of Breaking Bad, a lot has happened. Jesse has been kidnapped by these white supremacists and forced to make meth for months. And if he doesn't, then basically everyone he knows and loves will be murdered, including the woman of his dreams, who basically has died. Now, this is a very sad moment, and it actually really made me and Matt mad, seeing that little red-haired prick kill all these people. Like, honestly, I forget the cunt's name. He has a punchable face, and he's a real cunt. But in all honesty, he was the best bad guy in the entire series. You wanted to see him die. I forget his name. I don't know if it was Jimmy or whatever the fuck his name is, but he's a piece of shit. And me and Matt jumped out of our seats whenever we saw him get choked out by Jesse Pinkman. But basically what happens is Jesse's been kidnapped for months, and he's been cooking meth for these white supremacists. I know this video is going to get demonetized now because I've said white supremacists and methamphetamines a couple of times now, but whatever. Basically, kidnapped, enslaved, he's been captured, and he's escaping because of Walter White. Walt comes to undo the wrongs that he's done and basically save Jesse. He goes in there and he has a machine gun in the trunk of his car that basically is lined up with the wall, and he parks it a certain way so that whenever he hits this little remote, it will shoot through the building and kill all the white supremacists. He takes down Jesse because Jesse is the reason why Jesse is in the hands of white supremacists is because of Walt. Because Walt and him had a falling out, and basically Walt's whole life fell apart due to this falling out. His brother-in-law got murdered, who was a DEA agent who was going after Walt because he found out he was Heisenberg. Jesse had turned on him and was kind of working with the DEA agent, Hank, to try and find Walter. And then basically what happens is the white supremacists come to save Walt. They basically kill Hank and they take Jesse as collateral, and they also take a lot of Walt's money. Now, I don't know, and this is one of the unsolved things. Did Walt come to basically, take revenge against the white supremacists that, kind of screwed up his life? Did he come to save Jesse because he cares about him? Or did he come just because he was hoping to get his money back for his family, for his son, which is the big storyline of Breaking Bad originally? The original idea that Walt had was, I need to make money now because I have lung cancer and I'm going to die real soon, and I need to be prepared to leave money for my family. But in the process of the entire series, he's ruined his entire family's life and basically tarnished his whole reputation. So in the end, he takes down Jesse in this battle. You know, Jesse thinks that Walt betrayed him and he wants to kill him, and they're struggling on the ground, and Walt's basically trying to keep Jesse down because he knows what's going to happen. He's going to hit the button, the gun's going to shoot all the guys that are watching him. He pushes the button, bullets go flying, kills them all, and basically Walt takes a bullet for Jesse. He's holding him down, and as he's holding him down, you see Walt go, ugh, and he takes a bullet in the side. His cancer is already killing him, and so is the bullet, and all of the white supremacists are dead, and the only one left is this little cunt. I forget his name, but his nickname for right now is Jimmy, or AK Little Cunt. I can't remember his name. Someone in the comment section, please remind me, because right now I'm probably going to be going to rewatch all of Breaking Bad to kind of catch up on this. But in short, he says, "Mr. White, what have you done? They're all dead." And Jesse grabs him and he chokes that son of a bitch to death. And it was the most satisfying kill I've ever seen. And I love that. That was amazing. So that happens. Jesse and Walt walk out, and then Walt reveals he's been shot. He looks at Jesse. Jesse looks at him, and Walt just lets him go. He lets him go. Jesse considers killing him, but he lets him go as police sirens wail in the background, and they know they're on their way. Basically, Jesse takes off. He's escaping to freedom. We see him escape out into the nowhere, and he's a free man. And that's the end of Jesse's story. Walt's story ends a little bit more tragically as he walks into the meth lab. He looks at the thing he's created, what he considers to be his greatest creation, and he dies there in the lab he basically created, in what he considers his palace, what he considers his mansion, his home. It's kind of like Scarface, if you think about it. Tony Montana was this king, and he died in his mansion by a gunshot in the back, but he died in his mansion. Look at Walter White. The meth lab, what he loved, which was science and being powerful, he went out with a bang. And we never know what killed him. Was it the gunshot, or was it the cancer? Hell, is he still alive? That's never been truly answered. And Vincent Gilligan, or Vince Gilligan, has never given us a clear answer on that, because he wants to leave it open-ended. And honestly, a lot of people were happy with this ending. Everyone was like, Jesse got away. The families are in shambles, but at least he let everyone know where their bodies are buried, and so on and so forth. He got the money for his kid. It's over. The story of Jesse and Walt is done. It was finished. But then you had Better Call Saul, a great series that is followed up with Breaking Bad and has been actually really excellent. It's been perfect, and honestly, I've been really happy with it, and I really recommend, if you loved Breaking Bad, go watch Better Call Saul. Highly recommend it. It is a great show. But the one thing is that it is focusing on a different character. Does it have crossovers with Breaking Bad and characters you recognize from Breaking Bad? Of course. It's a spin-off. But it doesn't directly interact with Jesse and Walt, from what I know. So basically, this has been the spinoff for a while, and there's little flash forwards to see where Saul is now, but basically, that's it. You don't see Jesse or Walt. Their story is done. We want to learn more about Saul and what he came from and what happened to him after the show. We want to learn about the other characters, the characters that weren't the main two. That was the main thing, is we wanted to see where things went. Because we had closure with Breaking Bad. We had closure with Walter's story. We had closure with Jesse's story. It was open-ended, but it was also closure almost. It was like you saw what you needed to see. You don't need to see anything more than that. And that was all. That was all we needed. But now we have Greenbrier, aka the Breaking Bad movie. And if you guys are asking my honest opinion on this, I don't think you're going to like it. I don't think you're going to like my opinion because for me, I was happy with the ending of Breaking Bad. I was happy with it, and I honestly don't want to see it ruined. Now, am I saying that Vincent is going to ruin the thing that he created? Has he ever ruined something he created? No. I think Better Call Saul is amazing. I think Breaking Bad is amazing. I don't know of any of his other projects because that's all he's been working on. But do I think that he's going to ruin what he loves? I hope not. I really hope not, because Breaking Bad is my all-time favorite show. It had a great beginning, middle, and end. And there's a little rule, a little saying I go by. 5 is the magic number. 5 is the magic number because it's not too much, it's not too little, it's perfect to tell your story in. Because think of it this way. Seasons 1, 2, and 3, that's the beginning. You build up from the beginning into the middle, and then you go from the middle into the second act, nearing the end, and then you have your conclusion during the 5th and final season. That's what Breaking Bad got right. And they did an amazing job with it. It was done, and it doesn't need to be resurrected. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people want to know what happened to Jesse after Breaking Bad. Where did he go? Did he go save the child? That he left orphaned, because of his actions, his mother died. Did, what happened? What exactly happened to Jesse? Well, in all honesty, I kind of like the open-endedness of it. I don't think we needed that closure. Now, people want it, but I don't think it's necessarily a thing we needed. And in all honesty, what I'm afraid of is they're going to do this Breaking Bad movie. There's going to be a bunch of hype built around it. And they're going to bring back Walt. That's what I'm afraid of. That is what I'm afraid of it being, is that at the end of the movie, or somewhere in the movie, they say Walter White Heisenberg is still alive. I don't want that. I do not want that anywhere near here. Because if you just give closure to Jesse's story, then I'll give you a golf clap. I'll give you what you're looking for. You want your satisfaction of you did a good job. Give us closure to Jesse's story. But whatever you do, do not bring back Walter White. Do not continue Breaking Bad. It was perfect. It's like a fine wine. You can't drink too much of it or you're going to spoil it for yourself. And that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of the name of Breaking Bad, of Walter White, Jesse Pinkman, and all these characters we love just becoming cash grabs. Because that's what we were all worried of Better Call Saul being. I remember Matt saying, I don't want a spin-off series because it feels like a cash grab. Turns out the show's absolutely amazing. And I'm hoping this Breaking Bad movie turns out to be amazing. But do we know? Do we know if it truly will be? And the fact that it's focusing on these characters that we had pushed off to the side, that we were done with. The fact that it's focusing on them and not, another side character or something like that gives us a lot of concern. I don't know. But I wanted to give my thoughts because I am a really big fan of Breaking Bad. I remember, and this is a little story to end off this video with like a little bit of a happy note. I've been wanting to focus a little bit more on happiness and not so much being angry and ranty and so on and so forth. But I remember for the finale of Breaking Bad, me and my mom made crystal meth cupcakes. And you're probably saying, what the fuck? You made crystal meth with your mom? No. We made Jolly Rancher cupcakes. We took Jolly Ranchers, we took a hammer and we crushed them up so they looked like the blue meth from Breaking Bad, and we put them on cupcakes. It was a really cool idea and it worked out great. And basically she got some blue food coloring to color the cupcakes blue. It was perfect. It was our celebration of this series that we grew to love. It was absolutely perfect. And I was extremely happy with it. I also remember this, and sadly, I don't have these pictures anymore because they were tied to my old Instagram account, and that got hacked, and I lost all those pictures. Me and my former coworker and one of my good friends, Manny, we dressed up as Walt and Jesse from Breaking Bad. I was Walt because I've got the goatee and everything, and he was Jesse because he was the kind of laid back, long haired dude, even though Jesse never really has long hair in the show. But nonetheless, he was kind of the laid back guy, and you know, it's kind of like Dante and Randall from Clerks. I was Dante because I was the uptight, kind of strict guy, like, oh, look, just get it done. And he was the laid back, yo, bitch, what up? You know, that's how we were. And we loved the show. My family loves the show. And whenever my dad heard about this news, he's like, they better not do it. They better not take this and ruin it and make it just for money. Because here's the thing. Things do sell. Why do you think now that at FYE they sell Breaking Bad rock candy that's in the shape of the blue meth? Because it sells. Breaking Bad is a franchise that sells. But you shouldn't ruin that franchise. You shouldn't shill out that franchise to make more money. And you know, that's the thing. I had a feeling this was coming. Because I had noticed more and more Breaking Bad merchandise coming in on the shelves. I've noticed more of it coming into stores. And I'm just like, is this pre, like, you know, a kind of like an idea that's just been in the works, and now they're like cashing in on the idea of Breaking Bad more? Like, that's the thing. I don't know. I really hope that's not the case. I really hope that when they do this movie, they do not ruin the legacy of Breaking Bad. They do not ruin those 5 seasons with this one movie. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and find out. I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. See what kind of ideas that Vincent has and what he, you know, does with Jesse or whoever he focuses on, because it does sound like it's going to be focused around Jesse Pinkman. You know, it sounds like it's going to be a follow-up to Breaking Bad, and we're just going to have to wait and see. But what do you guys think? Let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Are you a fan of Breaking Bad? Did you watch the entire series? Do you watch Better Call Saul? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And also, do you agree that Breaking Bad had in my opinion, a perfect ending? Do you agree with that? You know, if you have any questions or debates, you know, you want to like call me out on, go ahead, call me out on it. I would love to talk to you about it, because Breaking Bad is one of those things you love discussing. It's one of those series that I truly enjoyed and I loved talking about after the finale came out. Me and Matt debated, you know, for months, what happened? What happened to Skyler? What happened to Marie? What happened to all these characters after the final actions of Walter White? What happened? Yeah, I guess we'll find out. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna give the movie a chance, and I hope you guys will too. You know, I'm not much of an optimist, but hey, here's the thing, Vincent Gilligan, you haven't let me down once. You've never screwed me over once. I hope you don't do it this time, because I'm watching you. I'm watching you very closely. But thank you guys for watching. As always, GamerJlee signing out.